Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. My name is Evan Bergstrom. I'm joined by my friends here, Dylan and William, and today we're here to review episode 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and talk about what's going to happen in the next 3 episodes. We're halfway through the series on Disney Plus, and so we have a couple segments today where we are going to talk about what happened and a little bit of prediction, as we always do. He says he has a few, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. So, our first segment today is, as my phone decides not to open, is the new Big Three. We got introduced last week to the Big Three that Sam introduces, which is androids, aliens, and wizards. And now we have a new Big Three, our Power Three. A Power 3 that really can't be beaten by any other Power 3, and that's Zemo, Sam, and Bucky.
Exactly.
We wanna talk a little bit about like the dynamic between them, what we thought about it during this episode. If you didn't see the episode, obviously, do we even include a spoiler warning anymore? We shouldn't. They should know. If you haven't seen episode 3 of the Falcon Winter Soldier, just go away. You already know too much. They break Zemo out of prison. Not they. I'm sorry. Bucky does. Yes.
Bucky did.
I'm sorry.
Sam already playing together on Sam. What the hell is wrong with you? Already blaming Sam.
I'm sorry. I'm biased like the cop that pulled him over in the middle of the street. Okay. Anyways, no, but Bucky does break. He helps Zemo break out of prison. And they all end up getting the team up, which is something we predicted back in episode 1, or at least I did. I think you guys kind of hopped on that train with me. And so we figured that they were going to all work together against sort of the government and the Flag Smashers and whatever dynamic is going on over there. But it was very, very fun to see them together. Do you guys have like a favorite moment from the show?
From the episode?
Yeah,
I think it was
like specifically like the 3 of them.
So I think it was the there's a couple of really good spots, like when he comes through like in the garage and starts like explaining stuff.
Yeah,
like that was a good part. But I think it's when they were in Mandalore or what?
Mandapore, close.
Mandapore, yeah.
Where Zemo is like trying to say that he's still got control over Bucky, and Bucky's just like going with it.
Yeah.
But right before that, when Sam's like, "Why do I look like a frickin' pimp?"
Yeah. That's a good.
He's the smiling tiger, right?
He's
supposed to be the smiling tiger, but it's also a callback to like his original backstory.
Yep.
Because he was originally a pimp.
Yeah.
Typical.
Those are good moments, absolutely. I think, I really like the garage scene. Any other moments that you really like? There's one that you guys didn't say yet. William, is there anything?
Obviously, well, I think I know which one you're talking about. Obviously, what's it called? I love the new Big Three. This is our Big Three.
Yes.
Fucked out of the Big Three.
Yeah, Sam, get your Big Three out of here.
Exactly. Screw the Big Three. But obviously it was nice that Bucky helps Sam get Zemo out of jail. Yeah. They go into a Mandapore, and of course my personal favorite scene was the club scene. They go dancing around.
Yeah, that's a pretty
and
good
Zemo
one.
busts a move, and Zemo's just being the channeling his inner Bruce Wayne, saying, "I'm rich.
I'm rich." That is a good line. Too.
I'm rich.
He's like, "Wait, you were rich this whole time?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a baron." Which that's great.
He's a baron of like a a nation near Sokovia.
I think it's of Sokovia, isn't it?
No,
that's why he was so upset.
He's like a German baron, essentially.
Oh, I thought he was.
He's like a third generation, I believe, a third or fourth generation. His whole family was.
I think it is Sokovia.
I didn't quite.
Because I think his big issue with Tony Stark and the Avengers and why Civil War even happened was because he was upset with what happened in Ultron, where they dropped Sokovia. That's why he decided to.
Something like that, yeah.
I think that's why. Which we'll revisit the events of Age of Ultron and Civil War a little bit later when we talk more about Zemo. But my favorite moment, I'm surprised neither of you said this, is so you're not gonna move your seat forward. That one is so funny. I just
reverse reversal, pretty much. Yeah.
I love it, and he's like, you're not gonna move your seat. No, he's not. He remembers. Yeah. He remembers. Yeah, it's just it's a funny scene where you just get to see that same dynamic where Sam wouldn't move his seat forward for Bucky when Cap was talking with Sharon. And speaking of Sharon, let's talk a little bit about her because she's very, very shady now, a little bit. At least in my eyes. She's been gone as long as Cap, since they were exiled after Civil War, and she's been in Mandapore prior to the snap. It's assumed that she wasn't blipped out of the world. She was living through it the whole time. So the 5 years that Sam and Bucky were gone, she was still there. Plus all the time before when they were on the run from the government, and when Bucky was in Wakanda, she was exiled from the United States of America. She didn't get pardoned, and she didn't get brought into Cap's team at all either, which kind of surprises me a little bit because I feel like she's an asset almost. But now Or is she? Yeah, because she's now acting very, very shady. Obviously, she's in Mandapore, and she seems very well off there. And I think, Dylan, you were the one who actually brought this up with me the other night. And I gave you a pretty good answer, but what do you think she's been up to then? What's her... Because she obviously she's hustling up in Mandapore right now.
So, I think she might, originally I thought she might just... be trying to play both sides, which that's what she's doing. Yeah. I think. Mm-hmm. I think she is what you said your answer, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm not going to spoil that.
Okay.
But I do think that she's still working for Fury.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So she's playing a double agent because that's kind of what her role is the double agent.
Yeah. No. That makes sense.
So she's not with the U.S. government with Shield. She's not with Shield.
No.
She's with Fury.
That would make sense, actually. That's a good point. Yeah. Just to get the point that I made out of the way, I think she's probably in Mandapore working for the power broker, and that she's probably involved in some of the stuff when she had that assistant roll up with her and say, hey, she tells the assistant, hey, we have a problem, a couple of them. That could mean anything, really. It could mean Carly. It could mean Bucky and Sam being on the trail of the power broker. It could be Zemo's out, and that's something that they didn't predict would happen. She even could still be working for the U.S. government, and she's bugged or something in her house or on her even, and she knows she can't say certain things because the power broker is listening. I don't there's plenty of explanations as to why she couldn't tell Bucky and Sam the true nature. She could easily be a double agent there. Yeah, exactly. Do you have anything else to add to that, William? Because there's quite a lot.
Personally believe now she could have gone rogue. She could be working for the power broker, whoever this said person is.
Yeah. No.
After all, she just said she is wanted by the government pretty much. And if she goes back to the U.S. and the government's gonna arrest her or whatever for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Well, she had never got pardoned from stealing the shield.
Yeah, she stole Cap.
Or for something else, or for whatever other reason as well. So you never know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, I do believe she could have gone full rogue, and I don't think Then again, they could all just split, you guys said, it could be like an elaborate ruse. Mm-hmm. She could still be, with the good guys. But who knows? I believe she might have gone full rogue on her.
Good point.
Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, we don't know. That's what we're here for, is figuring it out, or at least trying to, in the most irresponsible way as possible. So
exactly.
Now that you bring up Fury, that's something I didn't even think about before, because obviously we know Fury's out in space, working with the Skrulls.
No, he's on the moon base. He's on the moon base.
He's on a ship, though. He's with the Skrulls.
Yeah, he's on the moon base.
Cap's on the moon.
He's on the moon base.
But that would make sense if Cap was working with Fury directly out on the moon base or with the Skrulls or some sort of way. Sharon Carter would also be, since they're so all tight-knit of characters in the comics, their stories are pretty pretty clearly aligned. It would make a lot of sense to do something like that. Interesting.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I like that Fury connection, Dylan. Good one.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they will mention him again or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like I said, they could go. I believe they could go either way with her character. She could become the rogue agent, or she could become the good old fashioned double agent.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, I'm only working with this because it's my job.
Absolutely.
Fury sent me to watch over this so-called power broker, or whoever sent her.
Absolutely.
Or whoever gave her the order to spy on them.
Yeah, and we also are unsure of who made that assassination attempt on the lady they were talking to, trying to find more information about the power broker. That could have been Sharon.
I think it was her friend that shot the rifle through the window. Yeah. Well, because Sharon was in the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so it was probably her assistant or whoever that was in the car.
Or
it was
still
just
unnamed.
A bad shot, and she was going after Bucky. But I think she was there to kind of watch their backs as soon as she saw them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or she even knew that they were coming, and was like, "Okay, I'm there to watch their backs if anything funky goes on."
Yeah.
Or funky, sorry for the PG.
No, he said the. Oh no.
Anything funky goes on.
I already said
it's okay.
Then I'm gonna get them out of the situation.
Yeah,
so that's kind of why I feel like she's potentially working for Fury.
If that makes a better case for her being a double agent, especially in Fury's favor, because Fury trusts Cap, and if Cap trusts Falcon trusts Bucky, they're all under safe protection of him.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that Sharon Carter's the one protecting them all? Let's talk about that crate scene. Let's talk about that crate scene. No, she literally bought them time, risked her life fighting all these other assassins that were coming to kill.
Bounty
hunters. Assassins are kind of like bounty hunters. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Assassins.
I'm sorry.
I'll elaborate for you, buddy.
Okay, hit me.
Bounty hunters are there to get the job done. All right. Assassins are the one that need to finish the job.
Okay.
They do it secretly. Bounty hunters do it on the public.
Okay, good point. They are bounty hunters, correct. So
ever watch The Mandalorian?
It was bright as day. It was bright as day. Okay, I'm sorry I messed this up. Anyways, so these bounty hunters come for it. It could be. I see it a different way, I think, than other people. I think they were there to take out the scientist. I don't think they were there for Bucky and Sam. It's a tough call. Like, how are they actively? I get that the power broker is watching, but if it concerns me at this point then that he has that much surveillance in Mandapore, that he knows where Sam and Bucky are at all times.
Well, that kind of brings into who I think it could be now that we know that they're potentially not doing the original power brokers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They could still, bring in the other power brokers, but it seems like it could be going another direction.
Yeah. So something that we've talked about, just to clarify for all the viewers, is in the previous episodes we've figured that the power broker could be Carl Malice, who had given Luke Cage's powers in the Luke Cage series, and now that we know that the scientist is not that, we don't know.
Well, he's actually a different scientist.
Yeah.
Not Carl Malice, but he is like an original super soldier scientist, but not who we thought it was going to be. Carl Malice power broker.
Yep, not who we thought it was going to be. I even thought that Malice would be the power broker, and just there would be one person who's creating the super soldier serum and running everything. So it's clearly not that, but now it could be a lot of people. Who are you thinking that it would be, Dylan?
You guys got more intel on this.
Armin Zola.
Oh wow! I thought he was okay. That's actually a really good point. I was just looking at this the other day because Armin Zola is supposedly dead. He's dead as in his physical body is dead, and then he uploaded his consciousness. We saw him in Winter Soldier as a computer program, as a sentient computer program that was his own consciousness, and then he's supposedly dead on the drone strike that happened trying to kill Cap and Natasha in that sequence. So they destroyed the building, But there's
if that if that building has Wi-Fi, he's anywhere.
He could be anywhere. That's a big point, and that's why again we don't see Vision kill Ultron. That there's so many potentialities that we could see. We could see him in Armor Wars. We could see another Ultron. We don't know where he is or if he's actually wiped out. And so,
he wouldn't have had gotten blipped either because he's just a computer.
He's just
program.
A computer. Yeah, exactly. So Zola
all that chaos that happened with the 5 years of the blip, he could have used all of that to just gain as much control as he can, and could be running Mandrapore just from being a computer program. And there's actually a scene where you can see
that would really make a lot of sense. Wow.
Security cameras. All the security cameras are in a shade of green instead of being colored. And we saw
that's the color of
Armin Zola being in a green matrixy
Ooh, that could be a possibility as well. And not to mention, Mandrapore is not a typical island or nation.
Off the grid, they don't extradite anybody. Yeah,
it's pretty much a villainous town. Pretty much, it's where all the scums and villainy go there to have a good time.
I'm also thinking that monkey that has the circle with the monkey head in it. Could have something to do with the 10 rings.
Wait, what? I missed the monkey thing. Where's that?
So I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That they walk into has a circle around it with a monkey head in it.
Yep, you're right.
And it's in the background of the things too, but there's the ring from because I've been doing so much research on Shang-Chi, which we'll get to here.
That's
probably in a couple days.
Yeah.
But there's each ring has a symbol in it. I haven't seen each ring, but I feel like each ring of the thing could be a different thing, and it seems like a monkey head would be a very traditional 10 ring style.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, true.
So there could be a little tie-in there maybe with Shang-Chi.
Jeez, wow.
More to investigation we go to. But
that one I'm not 100% sure on, but it just kind of feels like it clicks.
Zola, Zola really does make a lot of sense, especially what I just brought up, the concern for how much surveillance he actually has in Mandrapore. If he's a computer program, he can do whatever he wants online, and he can see where everybody is at all times, which would make sense why at that point they're not going for the scientists anymore. They're going for Bucky and Sam. They know where they're at.
Well, and it also
could be true for somebody else
to make more super soldiers.
Yeah, and he's also part of the Hydra program, so he knows the secrets.
But we all agree that Zola is probably the number one person that could be behind everything.
I think that's our number one pick, or it's somebody that
if it's not their traditionals, then I think Armin Zola is a good chance.
There hasn't been anybody else that seems to make a lot of sense that we know of that would be that person. It could still be Carl Malice, I think.
They could go on that route as well. But I think the good route would be Armin Zola pretty much.
That's no.
Now, do we think is anybody on the U.S. side, on the U.S. government side, that could be it?
He can still be Armin Zola. If he's working in shadows with what's his Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jeez, man. It's becoming very clear that they want to do something with the Thunderbolts. It's especially with how strong they've done Zemo's character and how much charisma he has and in that role. How he just is killing it. He's killing it.
The actor is phenomenal for him.
I also think that whoever's running the power broker, whoever it is also running the CGC or GCB, global whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they showed early on. Yeah.
It's that little stock footage that they did at the start,
that little commercial that they did from what they did in WandaVision as well.
And then they it instantly pop in with New Cap jumping out of those people's van to raid that place where Carly was.
Yeah.
And then he had his little breakdown about like, do you know who I am?
Do you
and then
even know
the dude's
who
like,
I am?
The dude's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care who you are. You're not like,
yeah.
You're not who you think you are, essentially.
Yeah, obviously, you know, in foreign countries, you know, a lot of people don't give a shit about who we are in the U.S. Yeah, obviously we're big, tough mother effers in the U.S. But you know,
if it was Steve Rogers' Cap, that guy would have been more.
That guy would have shut up immediately.
The guy wouldn't have essentially spit in his face.
I don't think so.
True.
Spit in his face. If it was Steve Rogers, he wouldn't have gotten spit in the face because Steve would have shown respect.
Yep.
Like, but Steve Rogers, but Steve Rogers wouldn't go in with these other group of people. Steve Rogers would just go in by himself, per se.
But it's the difference between the two Captain Americas. Mm-hmm. Steve Rogers saying, "I have to hold up my end of the bargain because I'm representing the uniform."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's John Wyatt saying, "I'm wearing the uniform, so therefore."
John Walker. Wyatt
John
Russell.
Walker.
You got him mixed up. I'm sorry, I had to point it out. I thought it was funny.
Close. The actor and the character's names mixed together.
John Wyatt.
John Wyatt.
John Wyatt.
John Walker going, because I'm wearing the uniform, I am this. You got to give me respect. Not like that. Steve Rogers did it, where he's like, I have to show respect because I'm wearing the uniform. It's like.
If a respect is earned, and John Walker has not earned that respect,
especially with how
he never will.
It reminds me of how he acted in the vehicle scene with Sam and Bucky, where he goes, "It would be a lot better if I had Cap's wingman." Like, dude, you gotta earn their trust. You gotta work with them, and I don't think we're gonna see it. Sadly, I think. No. I mean, we could make some bold predictions for episode 6.
Well, we only got 3 episodes left, so
yes, we do.
Which was something we'll talk more about with the halfway through
obviously,
later on.
Obviously the foreign people know who he is, but they don't respect the man behind the armor pretty much. You're not
holding himself up to the same standards that Steve Rogers held himself up to.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Rogers was more per se, Steve Rogers is more like the solo guy. Like, he does think on his own way. Yep. He's not gonna have these bunch of military trained soldiers along his side, though he technically kind of did, but still, that's beside the point. But Rogers was being the hero that everyone looked up to.
Yeah. This brings me back to I wanna review our draft that we did the other day to win this shirt up here. So we're all competing. We did a draft. We called it the Power Bank Draft because we're banking on a couple characters to get powers by the end of the series from the Power Broker. The only one that we had drafted so far that's confirmed to have powers that we know for sure is actually Flag Smasher. So you have a 1-0-0 lead, Dylan. So the other
cheater.
He just picked common sense. Obviously, we still might see U.S. Agent most likely get powers. Probably same with Battlestar, which will give us each one and tie it up. But then we have each 2 picks that may just not happen.
I don't think my Luke Cage theory is coming anywhere.
Unless we have Carl Malice as the Power Broker, that Luke Cage one is probably not there. General Ross we haven't seen from, but we could see. Ralph Boner's a throwaway. That's not going to happen. But we have Zemo, Bucky, and Torres. And those are the ones we're kind of railing on right now to push one of us up.
But I'm thinking Zemo's not going to take it, though. I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to get a choice. I think he's going to get strapped down to a table.
He's not going to get a choice, or
I think he's
going to doesn't take it.
I could see easily the Power Broker kidnapping them and injecting Zemo with powers just because he's so against it. And he's just like, this would be funny, and gives him powers. Which is kind of how I've always...
Zemo doesn't even need it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, technically,
the crate scene, we didn't even get to talk about it all the way, but that was badass. He, slips out somehow as they get blown up.
He slips out so many times in the episode.
He's going to get away.
3 times.
Yeah, no, he's going to get away for sure. Yeah, no.
Again.
He leaves Bucky and Sam's sight so many times.
Yeah, but let's not forget, Zemo is pretty much smarter than both Sam and Bucky, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 1,000 times smarter than them.
100%.
He could just outsmart them.
Yeah.
If he really wants it, I think he could just easily get away from them if he really wants to.
And he has much more money than Sam, so.
And he has an OG butler.
Yeah.
And he has Alfred, yes. A knockoff Wish version of Alfred.
Hey, put some respect on his name, bro. Otherwise, he was going to send you that expired champagne.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he will send me
Did
expired
you
champagne.
catch the reference that he was referring to about when Sokovia got dropped, though?
Say the line. I do remember it, but
I don't remember it the line exactly. But he said like when Sokovia got dropped, the surrounding nations swooped in and got all of the tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the MCU timeline, guess what the surrounding nation to Sokovia is?
Is it like a real nation, or is it like a?
Well, so this is a.
Give us a lowdown.
The surrounding nation is Latveria.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, God. I know exactly what that means.
It's where they ended up.
No way.
Towards the end of the episode.
So
they are doing Fantastic Four.
We just heard about Doom.
Yeah, no, we are doing Doom. We have the Fantastic Four plan. We have... I didn't even catch that. No, I did recognize...
all the vibranium that was there is more or less under Doom's control.
Yep, absolutely.
The Ultron bots that were deactivated could be turned into Doom bots. Yes.
Jeez, bro.
I mean, it's all coming together, bro. Like,
they just have it on lock. I didn't even catch that. I didn't even know that they were bordering nations in the comics.
So like originally, like based off of like the comic books, like Sokovia is like up into the left of Hungary and Romania.
Yeah, so like
north, and then Latveria is
just south
like
of it.
Southeast or southwest of it, in between Hungary and Romania.
Yeah.
But in the MCU, it seems like they put Latveria
next to each other,
next to Sokovia.
That's brilliant. Good. Well done, Feige. Jeez, bro. What a genius.
Well done, Feige. More like, well done, Dylan. What the hell is wrong with you?
Dude, no.
Dylan was the one that dropped the knowledge on us, not Feige.
Feige's just... True. Thank you, Dylan.
No, I mean, it's all Feige anyways, though. It's just up to us to connect the dots.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. Even if this isn't true, it's
what kind of friend are you, Evan?
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for trying to give me the credit, but the credit is not...
No. Anything that we think is a good idea, Kevin Feige's already thought of. Let's be real here.
Exactly.
Anything we're imagine if they did this. It's like Kevin Feige's already talked to every single actor who's going to be in that scene 6 times about it. So.
Yeah, but still, we're giving Dylan the credit. He's dropping the knowledge for us and for the people that don't follow Kevin Feige or whatever,
Who follows Kevin Feige's vision?
Exactly.
Oh man! Wow. Jeez.
God.
I did not catch that. I didn't know. I did catch the thing about the surrounding nations piling it up, and I was like, oh yeah, here we go, another vulture, but it's another Doom. Wow. Okay.
another Doom.
That's even bigger. That's an even bigger threat.
Yeah. So yeah, a little Doom reference right there.
Third smartest person in the world collecting the items with like some of the most money in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Speaking of lots of money and good technology, though. Let's jump over into Africa, into Wakanda.
Whoa.
It's like kind of close by.
To like a spot. Like, speaking of good technology and money.
I just like butt in.
Yeah.
Wow, my transition game is not as on point as usual. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to take what I could go with. Anyways, so at the end of the episode,
Dylan, I think we're gonna need a new host for the show now.
Well, if we had spots and sponsors, then
absolutely. Anyways,
my brain just instantly went to a sponsor read.
We are gonna go to a sponsored segment from the Lizard Lounge, and just kidding. No, but at the end of the episode, we see a Wakandan show up. We see the little beads that they've left behind. We saw a Shuri develop, and then White Wolf or Bucky goes into an alleyway that's empty, and he's like looking around back and forth, and then you third time he pans around and you see the Wakandan. What's her name again? I'm sorry. I literally
so that
wrote it
one's
down and I
Ao.
forgot. It's
Ao.
Ao. Yeah,
Ao.
Ao. And she was actually, just to recap everything back from
Civil War,
and then even Age of Ultron. She was there at the time of King T'Challa's death, T'Chaka's death. I'm sorry, King T'Chaka. So she was there at the UN when it blew up, and she was there with T'Challa when he was like mourning, and she was like his bodyguard through that whole experience. And so she knows, and as well as Bucky does, because he was the one being framed. She is there out for blood against Zemo, and she's been listening in, I'm assuming, with the beads to try and figure out what's actually really going on and why Bucky would even break him out. So I'm sure what do we think is gonna happen with that? Even like the next, I'm sure the next episode opens up with them talking or fighting. I feel like she probably doesn't have a lot of trust in Zemo at all, especially with how slippery he's been this episode, getting out of things that he shouldn't be able to get out of, like prison or the sight of Bucky and Sam. And so I just feel like there's going to be a lot of tension between those two, and not in a good way.
Well, I feel like they're going to try to... Well, I just thought of this. Okay. Literally just right now.
Roll with it. Go with
it. Go for it.
So the whole reason Bucky is working with Zemo is so he can extradite Zemo to Wakanda.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. It's something that's crossed my mind because it just makes sense that I think that's his plan, but I don't think that he's going to be successful in it. I think that Zemo is going to end up getting away.
Probably,
but I think that's probably part of his plan, and maybe that's something he tries to explain to her. He's like, hey, let me work with him for a little bit, but he's yours, something like that. Yeah. What do you think, William?
I'm thinking. Like, I mean, it's possibly they could go that route, but I still believe Zemo's still gonna find a way to just outsmart everyone, just be a free man in general.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like,
well, So the reason why I think this is they already said who Bucky is as far as his relationship with the Wakandans.
Yep.
He's the White Wolf.
Yep.
The White Wolf is the secret police of the Wakandans.
Yep.
He's like the secret police captain.
He's also like the adopted brother.
So if he does go that way, where he is a White Wolf and the Winter Soldier, then it's his job to bring in these people who have hurt Wakanda. And who hurt Wakanda more than anybody is Baron Zemo.
No, absolutely.
Like, literally,
he killed their king. Yeah, he killed their king.
Like, so it would make sense if it's Bucky's goal to find the power broker using Zemo, and then in the process send him out.
Yeah. With
Ao and Dora.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To get extradited to Wakanda.
Yeah, and it also is like
that's a safer prison than anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's also like it's like the perfect opportunity because like when else would he just like go break Zemo out for no reason? You know, like there's gonna be repercussions legally for him breaking him out and sending him to Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like
also, it seems like he's feeling like no backlash to even working with him. Like he's just going with it.
Absolutely.
There's like no like I don't want to work with this guy. Like he should have a I don't want to work with this guy attitude.
Yep.
And like Sam had.
Yeah.
And he's just not. He's just no, we're doing it. Yep. Like this is my job.
He's just keeping it cool and whatnot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, especially it's weird how opposing that is to like how he feels about who he's become since he's become like the White Wolf, because you had that scene with Sam in the like interrogation room with the therapist where he's like, if Steve is wrong about you, then he's wrong about me. So he doesn't feel like super convicted, like even with Sam, but like he's willing to kind of go out on a limb to try and like I think that like part of his list is like getting Zemo and being like, look, this is how I'm gonna make my amend to fix the problem that you framed me for, and I'm sorry, but here you go. Just like he locked up the other. It's like a parallel with how he locked up the senator.
Here's this irresponsible thing I'm about to say. End of episode 5. Bucky walks up to Zemo with Aya behind him, going, "Hi, my name is James. I'm here to make amends."
Hi, my name is James Buchanan Barnes. I'm here to make amends. You're going to Wakanda. Yeah, no, it could be. There's also the episode 5 cameo that we should probably bring up really fast, because there's supposedly, from the showrunner, has said that there's a character that would pair well with Thor that we didn't talk about last week. It's a report that came out last week, but I chose not to talk about it. They said that there was a character that would be well suited to play a role on screen with a powerhouse character like Thor. So they didn't give any more information on that. You could kind of take it two ways, like somebody that like
in a show?
Yeah, that's going to show up in episode 5 more specifically. Like they dropped the episode 5. There's going to be a character that we think would pair well with Thor. So it's either going to be somebody, I think it could be like a bait and switch kind of thing again with like Paul Bettany. Or what I think it could be more likely is that it's like a more grounded character, not somebody that's like on the power level of Thor, but somebody that's like more grounded and like human than somebody like as godlike as Thor that's so out there that like kind of balances that out.
Did you see who just got announced to be in the Thor 4 movie?
Yes, I did.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell? I didn't see Kurt Russell. I saw...
I'm pretty sure it was Kurt Russell.
I saw Jor-El. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, who the hell these guys are.
Who plays Jor-El in Superman and Man of Steel.
We're going off topic here, boys and
girls.
No.
This is relevant.
I'm sorry, not Kurt Russell.
Yeah. It's
the guy who played
Superman's dad. Yeah. I'm trying to look up his name. Sorry, I don't know why I can't. Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
So Russell Crowe. I actually made a tweet about this already. I think Russell Crowe is
no surprise there.
Only in it to play Odin in the theater performance of Odin dying and them fighting Hela and reimagining Ragnarok. I think he plays Odin, and I don't think he's there for any other casting reason.
Probably.
I don't think he's playing a role. I think it's Russell Crowe just is going to be Odin. And they're going to have Russell Crowe, Matt Damon, Liam Hemsworth, or not Liam, their other brother, the other Hemsworth, and then Melissa McCarthy. And it's just going to be this huge just joke of a play.
Yeah, or he's gonna be there just to beat up a bunch of random people. Yeah, you guys ever saw the South Park episode where they make fun of Russell Crowe, him going around the world and just beating up people just for the hell of it?
No, what?
Well, there's a good chance that he plays a god.
He could.
But just a god in general.
Yeah.
You guys can get it.
Who the villain of Blood and Thunder is supposed to be?
The villain is supposed to be Gore the God Butcher. So and it's played by Christian Bale.
Yep.
So
we're gonna hear Batman voice again, just so you know.
Something similar.
It's gonna be be closer to the voice that he uses when he's voice acting the bird from Howl's Moving Castle, like when he's in his bird form. But it's fairly close to Batman.
Yeah.
We're
gonna see. I'm very excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. That's gonna be a good movie.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, a little bit off topic, but hey, that's what we do. We're so irresponsible that we just go off topic.
We do. That's what we do here.
That's what we do.
So we were talking about who this mystery character could be. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So the mystery character is somebody that's supposed to be. They haven't. They're not going to announce anything, obviously, till episode 5.
Well, how they said, is it going to be like someone that's godlike, or is it human?
No, they haven't said anything. They just said that the direct quote is something like, "Would pair well on screen with Thor." Like that could mean almost anything. Just somebody that like would be a dynamic character to have alongside Thor in any sort of situation. like
Well,
Rocket.
Screen Rant thinks that Russell Crowe is going to be Thanos, but a different Thanos.
Oh, what? That'd be hilarious too, actually.
A theatrical performance for Thanos.
I think that if they were gonna do that, they would do who was the other actor who was like very heavy on that, like almost got that position from Josh Brolin. They almost cast them in. It was
I don't remember.
Who could have played Thanos? Because there was somebody else.
Bill?
There was somebody else that they. 20 actors we think still would have made a better Thanos than Josh Brolin. Because I think he was pretty good. There was somebody. Ron Perlman was one of them.
I don't know who that is.
Ron Perlman was like pretty like high up there, thinking that he was gonna play it. Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, he wasn't.
No.
Gerald Butler.
I feel half the population.
I don't know. Like, it could be Beta Ray Bill, but I don't see them introducing Beta Ray Bill in this series.
No.
Somebody who could be good with Thor.
Yeah. And they haven't said who the actor's gonna be. They haven't said if they're gonna have powers. They haven't said if it's like a normal Marvel character or if it's like, you know. They haven't released.
You know what? I'm just gonna go say it. Mephisto.
Stop it. Every freaking episode, man. This dude.
No, I say last episode.
Oh,
Dylan
okay, I'm
denied
sorry.
Me, saying
He,
no.
he did shut you down. That's right. I forgot. Roll the clip.
He shut me down.
Roll the clip. No, I'm just kidding.
Roll the clip.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm saying Mephisto.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
that could be. My lighting is so bad right now because of this. I want a curtain so bad, but no, it could be anybody, and like, I don't even know who to guess on it. Honestly, like, I don't even know where to start. There's so many people that they could do that would be good to pair with Thor. That might just show up in this story, like.
See this? I haven't even seen it anywhere.
Like
who's your reliable source?
Something that like you brought up in the Power Bank draft that makes a lot of sense that it could be is Squirrel Girl to me, because like Squirrel Girl is somebody that defeats everybody off screen, and like you pan the camera off her and she just beats up a ton of people, and then like you pan back to Thor and he goes, "What the hell?" Like, and like he's like watching it and seeing it, but like none of us know what's happening. And he's just like the reactions of Chris Hemsworth, like. Holy, like that would be hilarious. Like just to throw that out there, like that would be pretty great. But like, if it's somebody without superpowers, it doesn't. But it again, I just want to bring it back up that Paul Bettany tried to tease us with, oh, an actor I really wanted to work with all this time, and then it was just himself. So it could just be a big play on that again. I'd hope they don't do that to us 2 series in a row because it's not cool.
They probably.
But
who did you say said this?
This is like the showrunner of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So let me just do a quick Google search. I think it was actually an article from Screen Rant or Comicbook.com, and they had did actor. Character.
I mean, no disrespect to comic. They sometimes get it right, and sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes, you know. They have been pretty reliable though, but yeah, I see the 50-50 on their thing, on their predictions and whatnot.
Let's see here.
Quick search.
Major spoiler.
Oh gosh. Major spoiler. Falcon. I'm gonna just go Falcon, Winter Soldier, and then
episode 5 reveal a major new character.
Episode 5.
Could this be Mephisto moment? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Interview with Rotten Tomatoes. There's a character in our series who I would love to see partnered with Thor. It is very, very grounded character.
Yeah, that's why I think I've read Grounded.
Partnered with one of the biggest world shakers like Thor.
Yeah,
or
so like
someone like that.
Captain Marvel or Scarlet Witch or somebody like Doctor Strange that's just
the personality
OP.
Is so strong.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, who could this really be? I don't even know where to start. It just
strong. No.
Yeah. There's also 2 days ago an article from Complex that's what George St. Pierre learned from about life while preparing for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's the guy who plays Bartrock.
Bartrock.
Do we just see Natalie Portman in this?
Dude, if they did that, that'd be messed. That'd be insane.
Who does she play as?
She's Jane Foster. She's Jane Foster.
Like,
I don't remember.
Grounded is still pretty vague, though. One of the major strengths Falcon and Winter Soldier is how it sheds light on human side of the Avengers. Bucky's going to court, mandated therapy. Sam's trying to get a bank loan. These grounded moments give the characters room to flesh out the characters beyond their powers.
Yeah. So it's supposedly supposed
the new
to be.
Character is very, very grounded. It is likely to be It won't be a superhero at all, but someone with both a big enough role in Sam and Bucky's life to stand toe to toe with Thor, one of the MCU's most developed characters. It is quite the claim, so this should be a huge reveal. Just don't expect it to be the power broker or another supervillain. Well, huge reveals are part of the part. Blah, blah, blah. So,
what do we think?
It doesn't seem to make sense to me as to who it could be. I think it's somebody we probably haven't seen yet. If I had to take a stab at it,
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. It's gotta be someone really new, like a really new person.
Like just from how the article's written and how the interview went, it seems as if it's like somebody completely new. Like yeah. It doesn't. The description of the character also just doesn't sound like anybody we've seen. Like nobody comes to mind when I hear that. Somebody so grounded that they could bring Thor down to earth, you know. And it's just like,
yeah, that doesn't like. I like the Squirrel Girl idea, but it doesn't give Squirrel Girl that.
No.
Like
it would be funny though.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be more comic book or like more comic.
Yeah, comedic.
Yeah.
Comedic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's one mystery that we'll figure out eventually. We'll crack it down.
Episode 5. We can, and obviously with like what we see happen in the next episode, episode 4 of the show, we'll be able to speculate, and probably we'll come back to this next week with some more information or some bigger predictions.
All we have to do is wait for Funko to drop a Funko Pop head picture a week early.
Yep.
Than they were supposed to, and then we'll know exactly who it is.
Pretty much. There we go.
You heard it here, folks.
They did that with Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah,
and they
Mechagodzilla.
the Mechagodzilla. It's like, really?
Come on,
Oh yeah,
guys.
they always do. They always do it. Like, you know,
spoilers from Funko Pop. Thanks, guys.
Speaking of Godzilla, have you guys seen Godzilla yet or no?
I was supposed to watch it before bed last night, and then I fell asleep watching it. So I probably watched 10 minutes, and I don't even remember it. So I'm gonna have to rewatch it today.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I'll probably watch it tomorrow. I'll probably watch that tomorrow as well.
Okay, nice.
I didn't think it was too bad. It happened exactly how I said it was going to happen to Evan earlier.
Pretty much. Spot on.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, we all know what was going to happen in that movie. Like, you know, we know how everything's going to set up. So yeah.
They don't actually hate each other. Come on.
No, they're good friends. What they need is group therapy. They need a couple therapy. They need to look at each other's eyes and say, why are you guys staring at each other? You know, really staring contest? You guys need to blink.
You guys are really having a staring contest? One of you needs to blink.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So
should we go back to our topics, or
yes, we have one more, so we should wrap it up. It's not a rush, but our last topic is gonna get a little bit deep here, and it's gonna get about as deep as half of a glass, because this is glass half full, glass half empty, and so
you skipped one. I said you skipped where he says recap on why Zemo was actually terrible.
Oh,
what's your take on that?
Oh, yeah, Zemo's terrible because he destroyed the Avengers and he killed King T'Chaka. So I don't know. I just think if you don't know why Zemo's bad, go rewatch Civil War and then tell me he's good just because I get that the dance moves throw everybody off, but like, come on, man, he's not a good
Listen,
guy.
He's a
listen,
good
the dance
character,
moves were legit.
The dance moves
but
were
he's a
good,
bad person.
but he's a bad person. That's what we're trying to get at. Zemo is a bad person, and he should go to serve justice in Wakanda. Anyways,
No,
so
no, he's not. He's not.
glass half full.
Zemos did nothing wrong.
Free
the king-
Zemo. Restore the Zemoverse. Restore the Zemoverse.
Zemo.
Oh man. No, but so glass half full, glass half empty. We're gonna talk about the perspectives of the characters, more specifically Carly Morgenthau from the Flag Smashers, Sam, and then Bucky. And we're gonna talk about how the return of the blip and how the political sphere kind of has influenced them, or where they stand. Are they looking at life as like, hey, it's glass is half full, or is my glass half empty? Just based on their actions that they've taken and things they've said in the show.
Yeah.
And then we're going to also look at ourselves and go, hey, has this series given me enough, or do I just want more? And talk about whether
Or do I just even care?
Or do I care? Have I seen what I want to? Yeah, no. But we'll talk about if our glass is full and we've seen what we want to see, or if we've been disappointed by it. And I guess also add to if there's something in particular that would have swayed us the other way, you know. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So let's just start with Carly, who's the leader of the Flag Smashers. Their whole thing is that, you know, they want things to return to how they were prior to the blip, now that the government's holding everything, you know, hostage almost, and for supplies and everything. They don't really want to live in the world anymore as it is, and they want to change it. So I think it's pretty clear here. Who wants to say it? Their glass is
half empty.
Yeah, half empty for sure. They don't appreciate anything.
And also not to mention that you know, she did kind of kill those bodyguards at the embassy, or you know,
she only started killing though after Mama died.
Yes. So that's very important, actually. I think.
F in the chat for Mama.
F in the chat for Carly Morgenthau's mom, and it's
is it her mom or is it someone else?
I'm just kidding.
It's the person who ran the orphanage that she lived at.
Her mother figure.
Mama.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. It's essentially her mom. That's how she looks at it.
Essentially it's her mom, but it's not really her.
Yeah.
Her blood mom. Yeah. So F in the chat for her.
F's in the chat.
So I think it could have been half full, but now she's looking at the world in a more jaded,
different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like sense, like she was already kind of looking at it jadedly.
Yeah.
But until she started actually just going, this is the only way that these people understand.
Yeah.
Like, now she's half empty. Like she's looking to get revenge on everything.
You know, she wants more from the world now. She did before, but she almost looked at the cup as like glass is half. like she's not she's like impartial either way almost prior to this episode, and then she hit a point where she just went, everything is terrible, the government doesn't care, and nothing is worthwhile. We need to do this. And
well, it's funny because this episode was a turning point for another character in my eyes too.
Yeah, absolutely.
What could that be?
Yeah. Well, it's the turning point of the series halfway through, which is why we're doing this segment. And then.
Oh really? I
thought
we were
jump to. Oh, it was clearly a halfway joke the whole time. No. Anyways, we're almost halfway through this segment because we're on 2 out of 3. There's no real halfway point, but Sam is kind of in a better position than probably anybody else looking at the world. He's come back. He's been gifted this responsibility, and then didn't really appreciate it maybe, and gave away the shield. But he seems to be more optimistic about how things could be better. Do you guys agree that his glass is probably half full?
I think it's closer to half full than not, but I still feel like because of his personal issues, he's more on the half empty side.
Yeah, I agree.
He has the right outlook though.
Yeah.
like to turn it around.
Uh-huh. I kind of think that sometimes the perspective of it in whole is a way to shift the tide even, and that makes me want to think that he has a glass half full. However, I think that he's getting closer to even half empty. I think that like he had the right perspective about the boat situation and getting the loan. He's like, oh man, we couldn't get that, but I'm gonna go hit every bank up, and like he's like, look, I'm gonna find the opportunities, and that like, hey, the world will help you if you want it to. And then these comments that keep coming from Bucky, who we're going to talk about next, and Zemo, and kind of everybody and his sister have kind of brought him down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's kind of why I feel like he's turning half empty, or is half empty, but has the perspective to turn it around.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not that easy saying, hey, I'm going to get this on easily. No. Reality kicks him in the face saying, sorry, we can't do nothing about it, man. Like,
Yeah.
You've been quote unquote dead for like the last 5 years, and we can't do anything about it.
Can't help you. Yeah. And also, there's like the argument to make a little bit that it could be half empty because he just gave up the shield thinking he wasn't enough, and then that wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he clearly has earned it,
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind as well.
According to Rogers, but according to the government, he's saying that, bro, you haven't earned shit.
The government doesn't think that anybody
Give a damn.
earns anything. In a way, which is something that we've heard Bucky say. Do you guys want to talk a little bit more about Bucky's thoughts and how he's perceived this whole situation? Because I think out of the three of these, he's probably the hardest to decipher.
He's depressed. Like, he is depressed. So that would instantly put it to the half empty.
Yep.
But he's also trying to work through his issues by catching these people.
Yep.
And with my wrinkle braining earlier about him working with the Wakandans to get Zemo, I feel like he's actually half full.
Yeah. That's Do you who were you thinking was on the turning point? The other character, Sam or Bucky, or is this somebody else?
It was Bucky.
Okay, yeah.
Bucky was on the turning point when he saw Io or Ao.
Either way.
Io.
When he saw Io, he's like, "Hey, look, like we'll get this conversation at the start of episode 4.
Yep.
But it's gonna be like, hey, look, I know what he's done. I need him right now. Like, bear with me, trust me.
You can have
and then
I wonder if they're gonna speak English or they're gonna speak in the Wakanda language.
They'll speak English.
Probably English, just for understanding.
I would love for Bucky to actually speak in their language, in the Wakanda language.
That'd be
cool. It would be nice for them to do it, but I don't think they're going to alienate the audience that has problems reading subtitles.
Yeah, especially.
So they're just going to make it easier for the general public.
Yeah.
To
otherwise, I'd say it'd be cool. Yeah.
Let them learn the culture, boys. Yeah. Read the subtitles.
Watch anime.
Pretty much, yeah. But again, like, there are people who have issues reading subtitles. Like,
that's screwed up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
As a dyslexic myself, I understand this issue.
Yeah.
Like, I have worked past it more so in my life because I forced myself to read and do that kind of stuff. So it makes my life a little bit easier. But I'm still suffering a dyslexic.
Yeah. It doesn't go away like that, It just doesn't disappear. Yeah, no, I think
it does. It does. Remember?
I think that
remember when we said that?
No, that's Thanos when he snaps you away. That's what disappears.
I think overall, like, this episode was a turning point for Bucky.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing everything that Zemo is asking him to do without any pushback. Which is kind of like a little bit of like a what is going on with Bucky situation.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why it's like, why is he doing this? Like, and then when you see Ao at the end of the episode, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like if you make the plot twist, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Like if you make the connection kind of like what we assume that we did, then
especially Sam. Like Sam, well, I think it's kind of strange also that he's not keying Sam in, because like they're working in tandem obviously, but Like
I
this
don't
is
think
like
he trusts Sam.
I think this is Bucky's plan. Like overall, like this is like
Yeah.
90% Bucky trying to push through, and then it's gonna fail at the end. I think it might even fail because we're gonna see like
Didn't
a
trust
Tony Cap not fight scene where Tony's been in the ship and he comes back to Earth and is mad at Steve and they're fighting, and he's gonna be like, hey, you should have let me in on this. You should have let me know he wouldn't have gotten away, and I would have helped you with that,
like
because
that's kind of what I was just saying though. Like because he doesn't trust Sam.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Zemo's going to get away, because if he would have trusted him with the idea, like this whole plan.
But also, not to mention, Sam is always against Bucky's ideas all the time. It's like, no, we're not going to do your idea. We're always going to do my idea or whatever. So that's why.
It's kind of warranted that Bucky wouldn't trust Sam though, because Sam gave away Shield.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, they have a lot more.
Why would I trust you with this like situation if
a giant threat to to humanity in general with Zemo, you know?
Yeah. If you gave away the one thing that Steve gave you as his legacy. Like
exactly.
Yeah. I think they have a lot more.
He gave you the crown jewel.
Yeah.
You know, like even that scene in the second episode where it's like, what was it, rule number 2?
Yeah.
Like nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of just like makes me think of that too. Like he was like, all right, I have this idea to go break out Zemo. The idea is to not tell Sam like every detail, but Sam's gonna get hurt feelings.
Yep.
And that's kind of like nobody gets hurt, and he's just like, this isn't gonna work. Like that nobody gets hurt's not gonna work.
Yeah. But... No. I think he knows that. I think there's a lot of depth to these characters that like is still yet to be explored. I think of all the Disney Plus series that are scheduled right now, this one and then like Hawkeye makes sense to do multiple seasons, because they're gonna have to tee up Young Avengers with Kate Bishop, potentially being who. Let's just jump into this a little bit. Who do you think could lead the Young Avengers? Like who's there to lead?
So the leader will probably be Hawkeye. Based off of who it is currently.
Yeah, I think it'll be Kate
If
Bishop.
we bring in, do we know a timetable of the Young Avengers or no?
Nothing yet.
We know a timetable kind of Armory War.
Armor War is, we do have that in the whole MCU timeline. I forget where it is, but it's like 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be sometime after that. So leader could be Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Could be Riri Williams.
Yep.
Or it could be Hawkeye.
Kate Bishop. Yep.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
If they don't do it that way, then it could be Isaiah's grandson.
Yep.
Eli.
Patriot. Yeah, Eli.
Which we'll see if he, finds a way to get some form of powers.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I'm hoping
he's at least been shown in the show, so he is a character in the MCU.
Yeah.
Yep. He is. He could.
So,
do you think
they haven't said his name, but we all know it's Eli. They haven't said like his name or whatever, right?
No, the show hasn't said his name, but he has been credited in the credits as Eli Bradley.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think how he's gonna end up getting his powers, or if he already has them. Like, I think that could have.
You think that? I wonder if that canister that Isaiah threw into the wall, like it had something in it.
Yeah.
It pills or something. So I wonder if they're pills that keep Isaiah stable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
because he doesn't have a good track record.
Yeah, and then it's what he ends up using to get superpowers.
Yeah.
Could
be something like that. Again, we still haven't seen the Power Broker either, though, or how he could be moving through the MCU at all. So.
And then there's potentially other characters, maybe not the leaders, but the other characters could be the Scarlet Witch's sons, which we kind of have an idea that she's trying to work on.
She's trying to get him back.
Billy and Tommy.
Billy and Tommy.
Yep.
Who other Young Avengers?
Isn't Ms. Marvel?
Hulkling. Yeah, you said
Camilla Khan.
Camilla Khan.
Yeah.
She's Miss Marvel.
I
Hulkling,
believe
Amadeus
it's gotta
Cho.
be, isn't
Uh,
isn't Spider-Man Miles Morales with them as well, or no? Or is that like...
Miles is a young Avenger, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more of a
like future.
what is it? Yeah, he's kind of like more of a future,
hero.
but like
Okay.
that he's on a Sony deal, kind of hurts.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. We could also see. Trying to run through.
Did you guys hear me
younger
say
people?
Amadeus Cho?
Nova, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah. Nova. Nova is a potentiality too. Yeah. The Nova Corps is wiped out, presumably, except for there's like a. I don't know if it was. I saw something from the Cosmic Wonder a while back, or maybe the Canadian lad that was like, there was like a plan for Nova to show him in that fight scene in Infinity War, for him getting the Power Stone. There wasn't like any film scenes, but that was in the early scripts, is that he was gonna be there, and that he was gonna be like the sole survivor, and that he would be also showing up later on down the road with Captain Marvel in Infinity War.
Another way that they could do, if they didn't do Eli Bradley, is Miss America.
Sharon Rogers.
If they bring her in on
who's the character?
So her name is America Chavez.
Oh, yeah, America Chavez.
So she's a Hispanic.
Yep.
I think she's actually half Hispanic, half Black. I can't remember.
I think so too.
But she's a character that hits a lot of stereotypes as far as things that they're trying to bring to the forefront.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of it.
She's a lady, for one. She's of ethnic source, for two. She's a lesbian, for three.
Yep. Bang, bang, bang. Marvel set.
There's all three things that they could do.
Yeah.
She works with Miss Marvel, aka Captain Marvel.
Yep.
With Alpha Flight.
Excuse me.
Yep.
So we could see in Captain Marvel 2, not Captain 2. Captain Marvel 2. We could see
Captain 2 coming to you, do you?
Yeah, we could see her coming in as a character, because that's a good way to bring somebody in.
We could.
And it's a good character for them to bring in, I think, at least, as long as they do it correctly.
Yeah, I think they could pull that off. I think they could.
Yeah, we can see
Imagine
them.
Chavez,
I wouldn't mind seeing both, actually.
Chavez and Torres.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That'd make a lot of sense.
But like, what's the girl? Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
The actress.
Selena Gomez, the actress, could play Miss America off the top of my head.
Dude, she'd be great at that. Actually, that's actually a really good casting choice.
Yeah, if
I like that.
Feige can make it happen. Or
Feige's listening right now.
Yeah.
Feige's already DM'd Selena Gomez on Instagram 5 times. That's the thing. We don't know, but he does.
Yeah.
That's
there's like, I don't know how warranted that is, but you know,
anything could happen. That's what we're here to do, is go off the rails and hope that something we say that's crazy is right, so when we get it right, we can tweet it and show everybody up.
And we can just brag about saying all you other mofos were wrong.
Yeah.
We were right. Bow down to the true king.
You had no idea Selena Gomez was going to be in the MCU. We predicted it on April 4th, 2021.
Exactly.
2021.
Episode 3. Or 4.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. But that's something that could be possible. And with her being, her name is Miss America, it would be a good person to represent the leaders of the Young Avengers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
No, we still got ways to go before they ever try to do any of those stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
Anyways,
either way,
let's wrap it up here very quickly.
You wrap it up.
I will. Do we want to talk about if our glass is half full or half empty with this series? just very fast.
Might as well do it quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm half full. I love this so far, and like
I do
I
too.
know that we have 3 more episodes to go, and that we're gonna get what we need to out of it, and then whatever we leave off hanging with is what we get, and I'm cool with it. It's what we've always had for Marvel. So
Yeah, I'll say a couple things as well. I'm with Evan as well. I'm the glass is full, half full, or whatever.
nice.
You know, I love the series in general. My pursuit, a lot of action, a lot of good character development. We got to see more development in Zemo and how he is, which is
Yep.
total badass. You know.
Yep. Pretty much.
I look forward to see what they're gonna do if there's a season 2 or not.
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts.
So I'm actually similar to my glass here.
What?
Hey,
I've enjoyed it extremely. Like I've extremely enjoyed it. But I feel like 6 episodes isn't enough, and each episode is not long enough.
it's about 50 minutes. Well, at least this one was.
They've only been like 30.
They've been about 35. Yeah, I think.
No.
After
With
the
the
credits,
credits, you
credits are
can't
10
count the
minutes. Credits are 10 minutes.
Doesn't matter. I don't care.
It's still about like 34, 35 minutes. I think.
Yeah,
they've
been
36.
overall fairly short. 6 episodes doesn't seem like it's like there's going to be a lot going on in these next 3 episodes to tie up all these plot holes.
That's true.
Unless they are planning on having a lot of the plot holes not be tied up.
Yeah, unless they're planning a season 2, which they could do, and I think they probably should.
Or they get covered
episode
or in other
shows, other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just feel like I'm a little half full.
That's fair.
Because
half empty.
I feel like I'm half empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wanting more each episode.
Give me more. Yeah, I get that. That's fair.
I feel like 8 episodes would have been better instead of 6.
More is always better. I think I just trust Marvel too much maybe now these days. That
no, I get it. I get it. Like I am really enjoying the show. Like I watch each episode like 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm not enjoying it. I am. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
It's just
give me more of it. Yeah.
Could be more.
I get you.
Yeah.
Those are all fair takes on it, I think. And so that's a wrap for us today, and we will see you guys next week. We'll be doing episode 5. We also have a Shang-Chi video coming out Dylan's doing, which is going to key you in on a lot of the stuff that's coming that we're going to hope to see out of that movie with the characters and what we expect from the directors and the writer based on some of their past work. We are working on some WandaVision videos finally tonight. I know we keep saying it, you know. Maybe maybe this is just us teasing you like Paul Bettany, though. Who knows?
You know.
But we're going to have some more of those coming out this week. And you'll see us next week on the podcast for episode 4 recap and review.
Yep.
So thank you guys for listening and watching, and we will see you then. Peace.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Day.